Hey everybody, welcome back. This is What Elon Said, and today is March 17th, 2022. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
today we are going to talk about Elon's comments in the last day about Masterplan number 3, part Trois, we could say. His speculation on the timeline for a human Mars landing. We got a little bit of insight into his moral code, and we've got some updates on Starship. So let's dive right into it. We have Twitter up here, and we'll just go back to where we left off yesterday. And we have the meme that he posted a couple days ago with "I support the current thing," and someone just went ahead and posted his face over top of the animation that was there. And he replied and said, "True, I do support the current thing, haha." So I guess he got a kick out of this meme here, and he's taken to self-deprecation lately.
Yes, because it is true. He does whatever topic there is, he comments on it anyway. Not, I guess, comments more than support, but yes, that is funny that he's doing that.
Yeah.
And they also said, Pixel Rick said, "I support Elon Musk."
Elon Musk, that's right. I'm not sure. We do see now that he has changed his name back to Elon. So it was short-lived, female version of Elon Musk's Twitter account. But I support Ilana. I see it now, Pixel Rick there. But
yes.
We are back to regular old Elon. So maybe we'll get to see Ilana again sometime in the future here. But moving on, we have next up Space Hub.
Yeah, so Space Hub, this is always the speculation of when will man land on Mars. So they said, what's your guess? 1969, man on the moon. 20 question mark for on the Mars. And Elon said, write it out, 2029 exact, no fooling around. That's when it's happening. And, if it's on Elon's time, it might be 2089, but 2029 sounds good. I would be very excited if we had a man on, or a person on Mars by the end of this decade. Hard to imagine, but in 1962 or 1960, it would have been hard to imagine a man landing on the moon. So it could happen.
It's true. And as I recall, in his discussion with Lex Friedman, he said that's his pessimistic outlook is by 2030. So maybe he's maybe he's padding in some cushion there to the timeline and sandbagging it. Hopefully he'll beat that.
I would say my professional guess is that based on that you can only go to Mars every 2 years or so, right? That's the window of when they're close enough. And that he still would require federal and global approval of certain missions,
maybe galactic,
before he could do them. Galactic approval, the Pan-Galactic Committee, that it might be pushed out just because of official timelines getting in the way, and also the cycle of when he could get there. My guess, but maybe if they could launch this afternoon and not wait for testing and different rounds, yes. But I think in reality, it might be a little later. So 2031.
So I'd say some parallels to the FSD situation, right? Where he's very optimistic about FSD, but I think the general public or other commentators on it kind of think that regulation will slow that down. So
that's right.
And I think he expects that to some extent too, but hopefully it doesn't. But we also have Tim Urban here replying that in 2016, I bet a friend $10,000 that it'll happen before 2031. Going to be a photo finish. And he later liked that tweet.
Yes. And I like the quote of the question below it. I know we're spending some time on this, but it's a big topic that the person said cargo in 2025. And that was a key element that they wanted to launch a lot of cargo there. And one or two starships, I don't think is going to do it. I thought the initial plan was to have, tens of starships at least show up with cargo first, so that there's a lot of supplies there before even the first person got there.
Yeah.
Uh, that was my impression, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, do you think maybe that we'll learn more about the plan in the Master Plan Part 3?
That would be good. I'm very interested to see more than anything. And it's amazing to see Starship test and launch and go around Earth once and around the
Yeah.
moon once. But they're all about production facilities. And once they get that cranking, where you have like 10 starships going off once a day, then that's when we're in business. But until they can mass produce it, I don't see all of that happening. Based on his prior plans, it will be very interesting to see Master Plan 3.
Very interesting for sure. Perhaps it looks something like this.
Yes. It never looks too hospitable when they show a picture of Mars.
Not quite,
like,
but I do love some of the animations that show the colony being built out. And,
yes,
you
yes,
could see it working.
You can see it. It'd be nice to visit.
Yeah. So let's keep moving here. We have next up a tweet from World of Engineering. How fast is your internet connection and where are you? That was not directly to Elon, but Elon responded with a winky face.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what to read into that. I'm sure that, I guess my mind initially goes to Starlink, but
Yeah.
where are you? Who knows? I wonder this often. I mean, I've tried to, I unfollowed the tracking Elon's flights because, he mentioned that that's becoming a bit of a security issue. So I didn't really want to be a part of that problem. But I am curious to know where the hell he is from day to day, because the tweets come at any hour of the day and night. I mean, I'm a good 4 or 5 hours ahead of the Eastern US, depending on the time of year. And it sometimes seems like he could be in Ireland here.
Yeah, I know. You never know. You never know. It's true. We do see when he goes to certain places like Berlin and Shanghai. But it would be very interesting. I would guess with the amount of detail that he puts into things that he spends 90% of his time in Boca Chica, Austin, and LA, those three locations, and he just rotates back and forth between them.
But a man of mystery.
Man of mystery.
And always on the move.
Yes.
Okay, so we got...
so here we have that whole Mars catalog, a frequent tester of and feedback person on all new releases and Tesla updates, said, sync your Tesla driver profiles to the cloud. On fire, loving it. So now it's a new feature. And Elon said it took us way too long. So now I guess your profile can be sent to the cloud. And I guess the advantage of this is if you have multiple Teslas, you can switch them. I don't know. But there's definitely, having not really used the feature, I don't know what the full advantage is. And I'd be interested I was trying to look at comments and I didn't see why this is a big deal, but apparently it is.
Yeah. That's a good question. I'm not sure either, but it does look like you can have multiple driver profiles for the same car. So depending on who's driving.
That could be. So if you're using another Tesla, you can just download your profile or something.
Yeah. So jump into any Tesla to drive it, and maybe your profile can carry with you.
That's good.
Yeah. Who knows? I guess we need to get a Tesla, Mark.
I think
we need
so.
to set up a Patreon account and
get
moving on that.
I think that's to get one. Yeah. So if you steal a Tesla, don't set your profile while you're stealing it.
That's right. You'd be better off using someone else's profile.
That's right.
All right. Here's the big news of the day. We have Elon saying out of the blue that he is working on Master Plan Part 3.
Yes.
And we all remember that Part 1 is let's build a expensive, top of the line or low volume vehicle that will fund a mid-price, mid-volume vehicle, which would be the S and the X, And then that will fund a high volume, low cost vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
which he seemed to pump the brakes on a little bit on the last earnings call. And I think he's starting to believe that FSD is going to make that not even necessary. The
Mm-hmm.
high volume, low cost car, $25,000 car. So that was Master Plan Part 1, but then Master Plan Part 2 was more about making homes solar and basically their own utility, making cars self-driving, enabling your car to make money for you. So basically like a robo-taxi network. And
Hmm.
what else was part of that one? Part of Part 2. Do
Uh,
you remember?
I think that was it. I don't think it was as much as sustainable energy or the batteries, but I have to go back and reread all of that.
Yeah.
Might even want to have a whole episode what he has said about the just reviewing those two master plans because he wrote them. It would be interesting to go back and revisit it and speculate on what the next one would be.
Yeah. So what do you think it'll be?
I think it is going to be all about self-driving cars, how that network's going to be distributed, because there's a lot of questions about how this will work, including how to clean the car.
We've talked about that a
And
lot.
yes, and I think it'll have quite a bit on AI, and how it's going to be applied to the bot world and how bots will be rolled out because we've been given no real indication. He's talked about it, but in very vague ways about how it will fundamentally change the world. Gave a few examples, but I think that master plan will be more focused on how Tesla's AI will be distributed into non-car environments, car and non-car environments. That's my guess.
Yeah, I completely agree with all of that. The one thing that might add was I wonder if they'll loop in SpaceX and Mars colonization into that, or if it's
I don't
solely
think
a
so.
Tesla focus.
I think the master plan is just about Tesla,
Okay.
the company itself. So anything they own, but they don't, unless they're using Tesla to using SpaceX to further Tesla in some way or apply the AI to those to SpaceX components. But I think they will keep it strictly on Tesla properties.
Okay. But the
That's my
bot
guess.
will likely play a part.
Tesla's the bot is Tesla.
Yeah, sure, but
Yeah, yeah,
the bot
absolutely.
on Mars
Oh
is a
yes, absolutely.
constant conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. It'll be very interesting. I didn't have a chance to dig into. I know it's bad for the show to dig into all the 11, 12,000 comments, but it would be interesting to see what people are speculating, and to kind of like categorize it of what people think part three will be.
Yeah.
But that is a lot of comments. Do you? I mean, uh, what is the advantage of commenting to Elon when or you see 10,000 other people commented? People just
I
want to
think
get
to
their
be a part of the
word out.
conversation, I mean, it's
Yeah, be
not
part of
just
it.
that maybe he'll respond or like it or whatever. I mean, look at all the
Just
folks
part of it.
that are a part of it, right? Maybe it's
Yeah,
Stephen Mark Ryan that responds to you, or maybe it's James Catt, who is
that's right.
always,
And people are commenting on their comments, so it adds to the. It's not just onto Tesla, onto Elon's. It's everyone's commenting to each other, and mini conversations start.
yeah. I mean, you got Greg
Very
here saying,
interesting.
DM me if you need help, Elon.
Yes, and 68 people responded. So
But yeah, I think
very
it's just
interesting.
part of the community conversation.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, but always fun to look through those.
And many memes.
Many memes, lots of humor, some insights. Uh,
Yes.
it's great. I saw a tweet earlier today that was a question out to the audience of should Elon start a social media company, and most of the replies were, "Why would he do that? That's what Twitter is." He
That's right.
seems pretty satisfied with that.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I
I
said
agree.
I do think there should be a 24/7 Elon news channel.
Yes,
just focused on him and all of his companies. But I think that's basically Twitter and YouTube at this point.
it is Elon TV,
Yeah, I'd watch it. All right, I'll let you
ETV.
take this one here. You're up next.
All right, so we have Elon said, working hard to make useful products and services for your fellow humans is deeply morally good. And we have talked about this in the past about how that is what drives him to keep on staying at each company. And he makes things that actually have practical applications in the world. And the underlying philosophy is this, that it will help and service humans and is for the good, morally good, which is good. And he responds to that saying, I have so much respect for the associates doing an honest day's work at Tesla and SpaceX, building and servicing cars, rockets, Starlinks, batteries, solar, and many other things. And as I read this, I was like, he is like, when people grow up, like the dream of like, I'm going to be the conqueror of the future, not the future, but the builder of the future. All of these things are sci-fi type things he's listed here. And it's not even all of them. It's, automated cars, electric rockets, space satellites, batteries that no one could conceive of in the past, and also
Hyperloop
solar.
tunnels.
Hyperloop tunnels, you name it, AI, deep, processing Neuralink. It's just incredible.
Well, he talks a lot about building a future that people are excited about heading into.
Yep. Yes.
And I think he really wants to inspire people and inspire the youth, right? Like, think about the NASA moon missions and how inspirational that was for people back in the 60s. It just captivated the general public. And I think that's really at the core of what SpaceX is trying to do.
And I think they have done it, unlike anything that's been around in a while. I mean, both you and I this is how this whole show happens. We're that excited and inspired by everything that's being built. And apparently 12,000 people are retweeting these comments. So, he is getting a lot of people very excited about this. Almost 150,000 people liked it. So that's quite a bit. I'm just amazed. And they list Dogecoin. So of course he's impacting crypto. He started PayPal. So he's touched that area. The other thing I noticed he didn't touch on here of what they're building and, congratulating the team is biotech and healthcare, which is an area he has never delved into.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll be part of Master Plan 3. But the AI component, in the same way that DeepMind is working on solutions for biology and medicine, that his Neuralink, not Neuralink, what's the name of their AI processing system?
Dojo.
Like Dojo could be applied to biotech companies as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, it's almost like a neural net as a service, or AI as a service.
AI as a service. That's right. So that is the next morally good area to help fellow humans.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he touches on that at all. I mean, I think he grasps the positive potential for AI.
Yes.
He's also talked a lot about the threat that it could be. So.
Yes, and he's trying to get ahead of the curve, but he definitely has talked about that.
All right,
moving on. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
No, that's pretty much it. I was just going to say on the healthcare front, he's also mentioned that he doesn't want to live forever and doesn't think that it's helpful for people to live so long that humanity oscillates, and just loses or doesn't have a chance to like cut off ideas and gain new ones,
Yeah, absolutely. That's that like it. Yeah, this you can improve people's quality of living, but you shouldn't try to make something that is harmful to humanity in the end by having people live too long.
Yeah.
There's a certain reason people live a short time for the good of the planet and also for innovation, which is the natural order.
Yep. All right. Well, with that, I think we'll wrap it up for what Elon said today, March 17th. If you liked the video, please give us a like. If you have any comments, let us know. Someone commented yesterday that we had mistitled the video, and we promptly fixed it. So appreciate that one. Thanks. And yeah, we'll catch everybody tomorrow. We got to do the likes, so we'll catch everyone on the like side.